We are going to continue clean the subway platform from the career mode. Hopefully it just brings Fyndir with me. We'll see. There's also a Tali behind me, possibly wanting to be a menace. So I may have to kick her out. What?
I have so many regrets.
Why?
Because you saying mouthwashing simulator made me go to Steam
And see if there was one?
and search the word dentist.
Oh. Yeah, of course there's probably one.
I found a VR game.
Oh, no.
From 2021 with one review.
Oh, no.
Educational simulation game for children.
Nope.
That entertains teaching the actual dentist profession.
Oh, no. I mean, fair, but also, oh, no. I do like the Halloween one.
If we ever get you VR, I'm gonna send you so many awful games.
Yeah, that's fair. The Halloween one seems to work with the steampunk outfit, too. Yay! Okay. Oh, do I need to invite you again? No, it's on.
It says it's loading.
Oh. You're just taking a bit. But yeah, we had the whole center cleaned out. And one wall. And some posters you had done too, as well as the other wall. There is a game about mouthwashing. I mean, it's not the same. It's about mouthwash. I don't know about mouthwashing. It's called mouthwashing. I hope this hurts, chat. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hello.
You are in the winter outfit too. Oh no, you're not. I lied. You're in the Halloween one? Yeah. Cute. We matchies. Other than gun. Because I guess you can't have the good gun. Your gun looks sick though. I think it's because of the Halloween paint, but still cool. I like the ombre on the metal. Orange to like red pink.
It says I've got a good gun.
Oh, it switched that. Did that just glitch? Oh, you're changing extensions.
Yeah, I took the extension
Got it.
off.
Oh, you might have the good gun. I think I was just confused from the extension. Or, wait, what do I have? I have the Prime Vista Pro. Is that also what you have?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Because you can... Oh, maybe that... The piece that's closest to your camera... It's black for me, but I guess that's probably the metal for you, right? The, like, reddish to orange metal. Closest to your camera at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Okay. That's why I thought we had different ones, but it makes sense that yours is just chrome painted. All right. So, chat. This is how far we got. We did a lot of this. I think I was working on the ceiling because it looks half clean and then it stops here. So, and I know Fyndir was working on the walls a lot. So, more ASMR. Because I think we were getting to a point where Fyndir's like, we can't finish this. Not today. And I was like, no. But it makes sense. We were only 50% done, which seems like a lot. But according to the payment, it was like less than half. Maybe it just pays on certain percentages. I don't know.
Well, it pays per item, so maybe the percentage does then include stuff that's part done.
Yeah.
And the payment doesn't.
Right. Okay.
Because if you go into the menu, it tells you how much you earn per item.
That makes sense. And then status is
the
percentage. That makes sense. Okay. Got it. Also jumpies, because I'm stubborn. Okay. Oh, cool. I think the light is separate. Yeah, it is. Uplight. Wait, it is uplight, isn't it?
Well, it's upline.
Yep, it's uplight. Ugh. I think I might have to actually. Did I do the lights on the other ones? I had a better angle though. Might have been part of it. Maybe doing it from here? Might have used a ladder. I don't really remember, to be honest. Up dog, yeah. Yeah. Yum. Oh, that just worked on its own. Cool. Yeah. It looks so gross. Whatever this, like, yellow is. Rust, maybe, but this isn't metal.
No, it's lichen. It tells you.
What's lichen, like, exactly? This just says multi-purpose here.
A growth. It's
Okay.
like a living thing-ish.
Got it.
Ask River. River probably knows a lot about it because it likes to grow on rocks.
So geology would know.
Huh?
That would make sense. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Yeah. Hell yeah. Trying to do as general swipes as I can. Try not to spin too much, sorry. I think it is very spinny what I was doing. I just was like, oh, I'm cleaning. I forget, that might be a little disorienting. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that splits in two. Okay. More than two, actually. Jesus.
Just to make you suffer. Unfortunately. I might need an extension. Oh, it looks like I'm reaching it okay. Yeah. Nice. Hell yeah. Ding dong. Oh, that's like a different thing. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go get a ladder. Wherever we last put it? Do we have a ladder? We have to have a ladder. Do we not have a
we've got
ladder?
a ladder.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Just blend it in. Thank you. Guess there. Oh, I can't reach that. I will use medium boy. Yeah. Yeah. But what's this, like, lip? Tunnel wall, platform ceiling, main ceiling wall. Uplighting ledge. Oh. Got it. Okay. Nice. Oop, oop, oop. Too close. I think I need back to stubby. Nope, I didn't do it. I didn't take it off. There we go. So I was hitting the lantern. And that's a problem. Yeah. Ding dong. Hell yeah. The whooshing. All right. Probably that corner. Oh, it looks like I'm reaching. Ah! Okay. Yeah, there we go. My eyes.
I'd say I feel like with a little bit of effort, they could design a train to kind of like a special carriage they put on that just sprays water around.
That would be hilarious.
And it would get some.
Some.
You know, it would do like a good first pass at least of some of this stuff like the floor.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll do this. New. Oh, Mrugal Tombstone's available right now, by the way. I meant to ask chat. I don't know if they were active yet.
I'm not sure. Do you want me to check?
No, I just figured if chat knew. I saw them mentioning it. They are? Nice. I gotta see what I do and don't need. I want the earrings, so that's at least 100. But there is the 50. What's the 50? What's the one that gives you 50 tombstones, chat? The like one that you can only do once the whole time? Last year it was, I think, a deep dungeon. Been doing gates? No, that's fair. Good plan. Heaven on High, 31 through 50. Oh, we got that. We can do that. So another deep dungeon, but this time instead of Palace, it's Heaven on High. Which we did those before.
You're trying to make Heaven on High a thing, devs.
It's got some nice rewards.
No one cares.
River does. River loves deep dungeons.
River is the only person.
I don't mind them. I don't hate them, but I don't.
Person.
I want that glass pumpkin earring. I'm not going to lie. Me and River were talking about, like, if two people in the community want to do, like, genuinely want to do floor 200, because it will be stressful. It will be disheartening if you die in 200, because it gets hard in Palace of the Dead. But if you get to 200, you can pick between certain rewards, and me and River really want the glass pumpkin earring. But like, don't do it if you're just like, oh, I'll help you out. No, like people who genuinely want something from it too and want to like actually grind, because it will be a grind. And a lot of like listening to call outs and stuff, because some enemies are deadly. Commissioner Barry Onyx. The subway was reopened again following extensive repointing in 1923 by Mayor Jeff Jefferson the 11th. It closed again the following fall after the shocking revelation that Wilberforce Thrust had been using it to funnel train trucks full of stolen money out of town. Amazing. The money was never recovered. RIP. I totally forgot this wasn't going to be silly like Shrek messages.
Uh-huh.
But like, I know you're not that into deep dungeons, which is totally fair. Because it is a grind. I think we got really far, the four of us, that one time, but we got an unfortunate moment. Huh?
I am against them morally.
Oh, okay. Why?
They're just very not fun.
Aw. Too high stakes.
No, I like gambling.
Well, more like if you fuck up, you die. Because the attacks are so strong. Like, I think that's what happened, was like the three of us died. We got really far. And then I think only Wolf was alive trying to kill enough enemies before the timer. Or it was something shortly after that. Like, well, maybe Wolf did do that, but we were rushing after that because just that had eaten so much of our time. And we died to an attack that unfortunately killed everyone or something. I don't remember how far we got. I feel like far, but... who knows? Get to floor 50 on Heaven on High. I mean, that's doable. We could probably help people with that. Because we did that for stream because that's the story. We've done all of the deep dungeon content for just the story stuff. I have only posted... did I remember to post Heaven on High? I think so. I just haven't posted Eureka Orthos because it was after Endwalker, so I was waiting. Because we did it when it dropped. Release, dropped, same thing. Ding dong. Started at 12. Got it. Yeah, we could do a stream that's not like just a Saturday or something for anyone that wants to join, and we get people to do that needs a full party or needs the callouts. And we could just do that for people, even if we're already done with it, just to like help, because I know River likes doing them, and that could be something that we don't archive because it's just helping the community. So I don't have to worry about that on top of like archiving that on top of archiving everything else. So
I would recommend, if you're doing that, to set up a Discord channel.
Well, we have one for callouts.
Oh, okay.
From the last time.
Okay.
We did that back when we did Palace of the Dead story. We did 0 through 100 for the story, and it was Fatal and Quinn that joined and listened. Me and River can talk in it, so they can hear us, but it just for stream safety.
That's exactly what I was going to recommend. I forgot you already had one.
Yeah, I think it's called Callouts. 14 Dungeon Day? Well, it'd be Deep Dungeon specifically. But yeah, specifically Heaven on High to help people get those 50 tomestones if they would like. Basically. Because unfortunately, you can only get the 50 tomestones once. But River knows a lot. Like, can at least look up the enemy, give advice, and we all kind of work together to get to the end. But it won't... It could take a bit. Might only be able to help 2 people, but we'll be lucky if we can help 4. Like, do it twice. But I think if people have to start from 0, it might take a long time. I don't remember how long it took us to do Heaven on High from scratch. Not a whole stream, but I don't remember. Because it's edited down, obviously, so. But when I get to the VOD and Twitch, I'll be able to know. God, this platform wall is the whole fucking thing. But it'd be a sign up for obviously only people that need a party. If you are able to get a party on your own, try to give it to people that need a party first. Or are like too scared to do deep dungeons on their own, because I get it, me too. I won't. I know there's like the doing them solo achievement stuff, but fuck. There's like an achievement for doing Palace of the Dead to 200 solo. And it gives you a title that River really wants, but that is a lot of work. That River is like, I don't think I'll ever do. I want to say the Necromancer or something like that. Which luckily I will say at least floors 0 through 50 won't be as stressful. So there might be some things from 40 to 50 that might one-hit kill. But it's not as... Oh, that's where it breaks. It's not as detrimental as the higher levels past the story, which is 50 through 100. Those are more likely to really fucking nuke someone. Just by one mistake. Same with Palace of the Dead. Like 0 to 100 is not too bad. Like me and River are just like, anytime we have deep dungeons in our book, we just quickly do the like next 10 levels and we're in like 70 to 80. Just the two of us, me being Dragoon and River being Machinist, and it's completely doable. It's the past the 100 that's the problem for Palace. So don't be too intimidated about like if you fuck up at all. I can also be a healer, so that way like I can res with River with no problems. Or Red Mage. Although Red Mage can't. Heaven on high, what level are you?
I don't know.
Because I think Palace only goes to like 50 or 60, but I don't remember for Heaven. Light. All right. Oh. I heard noise in our hallway. Like, not in our apartment. Did I ever finish?
What?
It's a good question. I don't know if I finished in here before I got distracted doing all that. Oops. This is all done. But I don't know if I did the upper lips. I did not. I'm going to put that there. Oh my god. There we go. Yeah. And I might have done it actually for that. Yeah. Because I think I was using a ladder. Okay. Now all of this should be done. Okay. Back to ceiling. Two different things. All right. I don't know if I did that other clock all the way. Yeah. Because it might be the top. Yeah. Did I do that one? I did not. The screen. Nice. What about that clock? I did do that clock. Okay. We're good. Yeah. Getting it all clean. Players will start heaven on high at level 61 regardless of current class or job level. By defeating monsters that appear in the dungeon, players will be able to gain experience and level their characters up to 70. Okay, so after 62, Red Mage can res.
A normal thing to have memorized.
I am working on Red Mage right now, so that's why. Because I cannot res people in the level 60 Alliance raids, but I can in the 70. I also wanted to keep it in mind because I think some people don't remember or don't know, like, Red Mage can't until a certain point. Because I've had people, like, not ever with River or when I've been Red Mage, but when we have a Red Mage in the party, people being like, well, why is the Red Mage rezzing? And we're all like, they can't. But it's easier just to be like, they can't till this level.
No, at that point you just gaslight the person. They deserve
No, they've
it.
never been able to.
Yeah, Red Mages aren't healers, they're DPS. Why would they be able to res? That's weird.
Oh my god. Also, Red Mages are like the fucking quickest rezzers because of their dual cast thing. They always beat me to the punch. I'm like, damn it. I wasted mana. And my swift cast. But, I have had someone be like, Black Mage, do something. And the Black Mage is like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? That has only happened once. It was really funny. Just because they assumed because of Summoner and Red Mage that all casters had a res.
Yeah.
Now it's probably more widely known that they don't. And also, like, because, Picto doesn't, I believe. So now it's two casts.
But the problem is, it's not really a res. They just like make a copy of you, like Doodle.
Oh my god, they don't. But yeah, they don't have a res to my knowledge. So it's 2 people now instead of just one of the 3. It's 2 of the 4 don't. So it's a little bit more less jarring that only one can't. That was a really weird choice for a while, to be honest.
Why'd the evil mage be interested in helping?
It is the Go Boob Mage, yeah. Lots of explosions, lots of fire. Ice only wouldn't have to. I mean, it might be also referencing 14 lore and who could revive, but also most of the time you just Phoenix down. Nobody really had a revive, did they?
Lots of both.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I remembered using Phoenix Downs a lot, but I couldn't remember if, like, in 10, if there was rezzing. Ooh, yay.
I'm fairly sure there is.
Once you get to that point in the sphere grid.
Yeah.
My beloved. Oh, I'm, like, hot. I like this light. All right. Yeah. That was unnerving. Thought the gate was opening for a second with that noise. All right. Continue the ceiling. I'm getting distracted. Oh. Pillar.
Come Well, that sounds rare.
It looks so gross. It like looks so much like mold. That's rare.
I don't know. I don't think lichen's a type of mold, but I think they're similar in some respects.
That would make sense. If it's like living on a surface specifically.
I don't
Yeah.
know the exact difference or distinction, but I'm sure there is one, and it's very important.
Probably. But I'm not well educated on it.
You could have saved time by ending that sentence sooner.
Why? I don't even remember the sentence I said.
I'm being a little shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I expect that. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, let me finish this wall. Huzzah. But yeah, I do have a lot of the tombstone rewards, I think. Like, I know I have the jacket. I don't remember why. I have the barding, Queen's barding from Bosja, which River was shocked at. I'm like, I think I just got it from... It's a drop from Delibrum Regine, I think. And I had it on my Chocobo for a long time because I really liked the way it looked. Also, Spiky Booba. Gives your Chocobo Spiky. Spiky's right in the front. And then I think I don't have the gibbous, but that is something, if need be, we could farm with a group in the community. So I'm not, if I have extra tombstones, sure, but I'm not like focused on it. I definitely want the earrings though, which are 100 rip, because those are like the only time you can ever get the 100 stuff, unless you got it from an 100 before. I'll burn them back to life. Black Mage, yeah. No, just make them into, like, make a deal with the Void. Oh, I guess that's more Reaper. A lichen is a symbiotic relationship between fungus and algae cyanobacteria. I don't know how to pronounce that. They're a group, they're a weird group of life forms. Oh. Well, at least it's symbiotic. For everything I want, it's going to cost $430. Oh, no. Well, we can definitely at least help with the 50, probably. I'll talk with River about it.
Just remember, tickets to this help train start at...
Oh, my God. Ah, my eyes. Okay.
A joke. That's too nice to be capitalist in that sense.
I am. If there's ever any money being spent, it's channel points or something like that. I'm trying to remember the other things. And I haven't even logged in to check to see what I do and don't have. I just know I have Queen's Barding in the jacket. And I know the gibbous comes from, I think, Hades Extreme. So... And we have done a lot of the, like, we found out we can do Innocence Extreme and stuff. So, like, we might be able to do Hades. I think we found out I think it was me, River, and Wolf tried to do it for the book. And we found out that during, like, an intermission phase or, like, the meteor phase, we're going to need, like, actually 4 people at least, if not more. Just because of that. Not even because of, like, damage and stuff. It's just, like, some mechanic where you need more people. It's like, damn it. So just like we kind of did with the, like, Eden raids and stuff, it's something we could do. I know there's probably music and a hairstyle and pose and all that fun stuff. A lot of which is usually like firmament rewards or restoration rewards. Or only available there. And I haven't even checked the like triple triads or the like minions that are really cheap. On the cheaper end of the tombstones, I haven't checked those at all. Wait, is this? Oh, this is all the same. Why was it split up so far over there? Well, that's different. Okay. And I will say, at least, if you want like a bunch of things from Tombstone, they have the book thing of doing weekly stuff for 10 and the 50 are so helpful. I am glad they updated with that.
Yeah.
And I was already doing like Prey to get, I'm assuming Prey is Tombstones again. Usually is. I already was doing that in my free time before Twitch is bullshit. Was doing that to get just red tombstones. So now I'll get red tombstones and tombstone Moogles. So this is that. I think Prey is still available. Nice. It's just at least I always got the same red tombstones no matter what main scenario I got, but fucking Moogle tombstones, you want Prey because it'll give you the most tombstones, and it's like, if I get Ultima, it's like, fuck, it's only 3. I don't want that. Also, I like to do Animal Crossing during Prey, because long-ass cutscenes gives me time to run around my island and grab stuff and do my dailies. So it's a multitasking win. Not the case with Castrum or Ultima. Honestly, Castrum's the worst. I prefer to get Ultima or Prey, because at least Ultima's quick. Castrum is... I mean, it's quick, but it's like... If I'm gonna get a dungeon, I'd rather get Prey, so I can do something else. Because Castrum only has the one cutscene, and it's right before the final boss, and it's not that long, so. And it takes longer than Ultima, I think.
I think instead of reworking Castrum and Prey the way they did, they should have just upped the number of players per instance, so that you zoomed even faster.
Oh my god. Just blitz through everything.
Yeah, like, I don't know, 100 players.
Oh my god. PvP style. It's PvP is like 3 alliance raids at each other. So what, 28 times 3?
Yeah.
20, wait,
Math.
There you are.
Aki!
There you are.
Hello!
Hi.
Aki, thank you so much for the raid. Hello and welcome, everyone. Hi, Luix. Hello. Aki, what were you up to? Were you having all the fun? Hello. Sorry if you were looking forward to Shrek. We finished that in the first half of stream. But the Shrek DLC was very cute. Now we're just cleaning a giant subway. Or continuing cleaning, because we started it on a different stream forever ago. You were Dark Soulsing, yo! What was your biggest accomplishment today? What boss did you kick ass on? Also, if you need to leave at any point to relax and stuff. Shrek'd good, it's true. I really enjoyed it. It was very cute. And it reminded me a lot of what happened in the Shrek movies, because honestly, I don't remember 2 at all, and it does make a lot of references to 2. So, it was a nice little reminder. Big Skelly with bracelet. Skelly boy. Hell yeah. Congrats on beating him. Hell yeah. Oop, there we go. Cool. Thank you so much. Welcome on in, everyone, from Aki's Raid. If you guys don't know who I am, hello. My name is KatFTWynn. I'm streaming here with my boyfriend, Fyndir.
Hello.
Hello. And, yeah, we're doing some power wash, but I also have a raid response for you guys. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm very shattered. You go get all the rest. Take care of yourself, Aki. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Chat, if you're not following watching Aki, you absolutely should. She's a badass. She's also an artist and makes beautiful and very cursed art, both in equal measure. And plays a lot of the same games as me. Lots of FromSoft too, and kicks ass at them. Highly recommend. Please go follow and watch her. But yeah, you want to take a quick break, Fyndir, while we do the raid response?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So chat, we'll be right back. Let me just turn off the water. There we go. And here's the raid response. BRB. Hi, welcome. My name is KatFTWynn. I am Pan, Ace, and Polly, and my pronouns are they, them. I am surrounded by loving partners, queer family members, and wonderful friends. I enjoy cozy chaos, deep stories, and voice acting. We focus on creating a loving and supportive community here. So welcome on in. Oh no, he's a daddy. This is a camera angle. So I didn't do it. You're not supposed to focus on it, chat. We're not focusing on it. I label myself as pie.
I'm so confused right now.
I label myself as pan.
Then you'll see what it's like to be served pumpkin cream pie, you dig?
Nothing but gay here. Jesus. I didn't know he was there. Woo. Didn't get hit once. Let's go. Yeah, are you going to get me? Yeah, dare you. Oh, okay. Oh, it aggroes. Lissy, no. Thunk. I'm going to die. Oh my God, I'm the reason we wipe. I heard something. My own shadow just scared the shit out of me. I was like, whoa! Oh! Stay calm. This is no time to panic. Wait, what do you mean ghosts? Don't run in the water, you'll die! No, please!
Where'd they go?
You can trip the police! Point and laugh, everyone!
Did you tell him I got arrested?
I hate that! Does it explode? The answer was yes.
Hey, you over there!
You know, fuck off.
Acknowledge my tragedy!
And that's us and me. Hello and welcome on in, everyone, from that raid response. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask, as long as you're respectful. Oops. You should be good to ask anything. Tragedy acknowledged, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Also, I was going to respond back to my friends. Because I don't know if River will be up for Baldur's Gate tonight. We'll see. Because they have a bit of a hell week with just sampling. Lots of water samples. So.
It's a hard life being a taster.
No. Do not consume the water to be tested. Oh, no.
Tasted.
No.
Are you sure?
Yep. Do not taste the water that needs to be tested for bacterias and really dangerous things. Don't taste them. All right. Is this the UK sampling method? Hi, Pasta. Hello. Do not consume the water to be tested. To be tested. Don't consume the water to be tested. Because River tests water. That's River's job. They make sure water is safe or that they know what's in it, basically.
I think we'd have to ask River to clarify because it sounds like there's some confusion over what their job is, so...
That's only you. My God.
I don't know.
But they do test like lakes and rivers and stuff too, which are not safe for consumption, but making sure they're safe for swimming, if that makes sense. But that's more a summer thing. I'm not sure with the rivers, because you don't really swim in rivers. I'm not sure why they test them, other than to make sure there's no harmful bacteria growing is my only guess for like making sure the balance of like the ecosystem's good is my only guess, because that is not for swimming in or tasting.
Possibly also related to fishing.
Oh, maybe. I don't think that. I don't know. I'd have to ask, actually. I don't know. It can be tasted and tested. That's called the taste test. True, but not this water. No, no. No, no. That's how you get... This is how you get disease.
Right.
No, no.
And
not for River's job.
Over River's job.
Oh, my God.
And you do need to ask questions.
For that, specifically, like, the reasoning why, but I know what they do, and it's not tasting them.
Oh, what? See, no.
Anticipate disease. Yeah, I would.
See, now you've said it wrong, so now we really don't know.
What's equally terrifying. So River doesn't ever go swimming because River doesn't know how to swim. But River has tested the lakes to make sure, like, these, you know, this beach is, they test beaches and stuff and make sure they're safe to swim in and stuff. And testing that water, River is like, I will never step foot in a lake ever again. Like, other than Lake Michigan's fine. River's like, Lake Michigan is so big that it, like, constantly is being, like, cycled and stuff. That is fine and they would be comfortable being in. But not man-made lakes. Nope. Yeah. River's like, absolutely not. Would never step foot in one. And I'm like, great, because I always was in one as a kid.
Oh, you're so sharp.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's why I'm short. No other reason.
Stunty growth.
I feel like that type of job turns someone into a germaphobe. Well, River already kind of was one, and knows a lot, so didn't really change River much, to be fair, because River also didn't know how to swim, so they never stepped foot in lakes anyway. But Commissioner Barry Onyx, the subway remained closed for another 30 years until community funding allowed for its renovation. There's a pillar behind me. Yep. Okay. Honestly, if there was no one to tell me don't drink the water, I'd be way more sick. Oh, no. It ran until 1984 when the main tunnel's extensive repointing finally failed, thankfully in the dead of night. Well, just boil water to safe boiling temperatures is a lot of, like, what you do. But you also need to have a good filter sometimes, too. But that's usually why people, if they live in the wilderness or whatnot, for those shows like Survivor and stuff, they boil the water to make them safe to drink.
Or you take the Bear Grylls method.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Well, he just doesn't drink water at all.
What? Why?
Only
you gotta
piss.
hydrate. Huh?
Only piss.
Oh, yeah.
It's already been filtered.
Yeah, but it's not very hydrating. You don't want to know, Corey! Trying to preemptively save me. No, you're fine. I think I know that that's a thing you can do. I don't know if it's a thing you should do.
I don't think you're ever meant to.
Yeah,
He's
it's like
infamous
not good for
it.
you. Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm screwed after 16 years of retail. I mean, that's a different filter. Oh my God. Hopefully you're not filtering water with your mouth. Oh God. We have drinkable water, but there are lakes and ponds we visit that did not have the best quality water. Yeah. Well, I will say for public beaches, they have to be tested to be at least deemed safe. Like, they can't, because or else you'd get sued, right? Like, you have to make it safe enough. Now, one's private lakes where, like, yeah, people might not test it, that's a different thing. Like, if it's a private boat on the lake or whatever, who knows? What's wild is there is one particular body of water that River's like, don't. And it's one I have absolutely been in. Because it's notorious for where people drive their boats and do, like, water skiing and tubing and, like, that's where I've been with my friend in his boat and his dad driving. And I'm like, well, rip us. I mean, like, obviously we're fine now, or we're fine from the exchange. But that is not. It's a gamble type thing. I mean, obviously it's safe enough because or else they wouldn't let people be in it. But it's a little bit of a gamble.
If there's a lot of people boating and stuff, then one of the big concerns will be the oils and fuel runoff and stuff from the boats.
Probably. That wouldn't surprise me either.
That would be my guess. Because that stuff isn't great for you.
No. Definitely not. I'm going to clean a little bit more and then we'll take a quick break and hopefully we're getting there. I mean, it's 82, so...
I want you to look at the size of this wall.
Yeah, I know.
And, like...
I've been working on the ceiling, which is the same length, so I get it. But if we're both working on it, because the other side's... Is it totally done? Did you complete it?
I don't want to say totally, but...
But, like, what you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, together, we got this. Hi, baby. Hell yeah. They have to make it safe enough to bathe here, but it's good enough to just put up a warning. Oh my god. Well, yeah. A lot of the time, because, I mean, you're not necessarily, when swimming, meant to ingest the water. So they don't necessarily make sure it's drinkable, but they do have to make sure that it's, you know, sometimes people do choke on water and stuff. So you have to make sure it's, like, enough safety regulation if it's publicly available. I don't know the rules for private stuff. So. Like by the end of summer, most ponds have a ton of harmful algae. Well, they're meant to check it. Well, pond, yeah. Very small bodies of water where you're not necessarily swimming in don't need to be checked and also probably are not safe in any way. That's like, I mean like pond, like maybe up to your shins, like not deep. Probably not safe in any way, but specifically they have to make sure it's safe enough. Because yeah, again, suing will happen, especially if kids are like in it. Totally swimming in that? Oh, well, that's a choice. No. Server I'm in is 8 years old today and they're celebrating it. Oh, that's super cute. Hell yeah. Good for them. I'm gonna just do this. Kind of do a 2-pass on the trike. Hell yeah. Noom. Noom. Such a long track. Okay. Best as we can. Do it the other way. And then we'll take a quick break after I'm done with this pass. Not necessarily done with it, but done with the pass. Because I think I'm not getting the sides at all, probably. Such large thumping. Large thumping? Lard thumping. Ding dong. All right. So, after you're done with that, I've gotten so much shit for the past for saying good for you, them, etc. Like, well, why is it an evil phrase? Wait, what is? Sometimes I think... What?
I was just letting you know I'm done.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I think, like, good for you can sound passive-aggressive. Not so much an evil phrase. I think it's tone, very heavy tone reliant. And if you're doing it through text, that tone isn't good. You said good for them because of Kotana's message, so it reminded me of that. Yeah, because my tone is at least like, good for them. That's awesome. But if you go, good for them, or if like just in text, it's like, it sounds sarcastic. It sounds harsh without like emojis galore or whatever being like genuinely celebratory. It is entirely intent-based and tone-based, unfortunately. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Chat, get up, stretch, hydrate, do all the things you guys got to do. And when we get back, after the ads, we will try to finish up this wall. We'll do the best we can, chat. We're gonna try. We're trying speed run. So, you taking a break too?
Yep.
All right. BRB, everyone. Enjoy the music. Hello, hello. All right. We're back to power washing. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm still... There we go. Oh, God, my retinas. I'm going to stretch now, but I figured that way Fyndir can spray as much as he wants while I'm stretching. Since Zathea redeemed that, and I hydrated, and I got more water. Thank you for the welcome backs. That's just people. They make good things and they ruin them. Yeah. Well, because it's usually like, good for you. Like, good for them. It's like, usually it's entirely based on intent. So if like you want to get it across as good for you or good for them, you can say like, if you're typing / like genuine or something, or using emotes of like really excited. Whereas like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of with any phrase or word combination. If you don't hear the, like, text is such a bad way to show tone. So things can completely be taken in a different way just due to that. With emotes, it helps vocally. Whenever I feel like I'm expressing joy, people are like, why do you look like death? Unfortunately, resting bitch face can be strong for anyone. And that I cannot help with. I do not know. I know I've had it when I don't feel good, but if it's like like normal face stuff, like River has to work on expressions to not look like resting bitch face a lot. To not look like, and they're better at it in a more professional setting than with like friends or family, because they're more relaxed around friends and family. But in professional settings, they've learned to like have, maybe it might not be seen as too genuine because it's so forced, but it is more acceptable in public scenarios. Gonna start saying this brings me merriment now. I mean, I would take that as genuine. You could also say, instead of say like good for you, be like that's awesome or that's great. Huh?
Not to call you out.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But
which part?
What you would take as genuine isn't necessarily a good
Well, because I take everything seriously just in case.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'd rather be in trouble for taking it seriously than be in trouble for not taking it seriously when it was serious.
You have accused yourself and been accused by others of being gullible before as a result, so.
Yeah. Which it's genuinely like, I might have picked up on the fact it was a joke, but it is safer because I have thought someone was joking and they weren't, and it was really awkward. So I just find it a safer situation to assume. But yeah, I know I'm not the best example. I also really have to get to know the person to understand also their humor. So the more I don't know someone, the more likely I'm to be wrong about that. But also just worrying about fucking up in general can keep me from doing it the correct way or assuming the correct way. It's refreshing because you can run into people who cannot stop talking or taking everything you say as if it was a joke, and it drives me personally nuts. Yeah, that's fair. And you're like, no, I'm serious. What?
I'm just doing the thing.
Oh
like
my God, fuck off.
When you pretend that
yeah.
someone.
Fyndir, I wanted to throw my monitor out the window. Yeah, that's fair. The absolute rage. Fair. I think I'm gonna, I think this will be better, maybe. As long as I get most of it. Honestly, better to take a joke seriously than a serious statement as a joke. Yeah, because I've encountered that where I thought they were joking because they usually are sarcastic, and that's what it seemed like. And then they were like, I'm not joking. And then they were upset at me, and I was like, oh, okay. So, like, I would much rather have that than someone be like, I was joking. That just makes things awkward, but it doesn't hurt feelings. It just... Huh?
Sorry, you just remind me of a very good scene from Schitt's Creek.
Oh my god, which one? I love Schitt's Creek.
Is her name Stevie? God,
Stevie.
I'm struggling to think. Stevie telling what's his face about her grandma dying.
David?
Or great aunt.
Or was it the dad?
David, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And him just being like, "Are you joking?"
Yeah, because I can't tell, and she wasn't. But
he's
yeah.
like, "No, I'm serious," and he's like, "Well, now I can't tell if this is a continuation of the joke or."
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you have too much of a seriously sarcastic, joking humor. It can be confusing. I at least was glad that they showed how, like, you can clarify with communication instead of, like, you know. Because, yeah, sometimes I feel like David, and I don't know. I'd much rather, on accident, take it seriously. Pokemon, the TCG game is so smooth. I know a lot of people are playing it. Trading card game. Is that what TCG means?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people really like it. Yesterday, my climbing sesh was pretty good, but I suspect my gym of sandbagging? What does that mean?
I'm not sure what it means in context, but...
I'm collecting and viewing the cards? Yeah. Like, if I were to ever do it, it'd just be for collecting purposes and not doing the micro stuff. Because I also have my own cards, IRL, so I don't know. But yeah, McCory, I totally understand, like, people taking everything you say as a joke. And I luckily don't encounter that too much, because if someone does take what I say as a joke, I do go, like, I'm serious. And then they're like, oh. So at least, like, instead of, like, it doesn't do that loop that happened to Stevie and David. But I have had situations in the past, and me and River have talked it through, and, you know, River works on it. Is a lot better than they used to be. But when we were in college, River would joke with me and not realize when I got to a place where it was too much joking. And I would start being serious, but River was still joking and hadn't picked up on the fact that I wasn't anymore. So it takes a lot of getting to know someone and knowing where that limit is, right? I think that really helps. But if you're not at that point, it's really hard to tell. It's thankfully easy to shut down most times, but man, do those types of people confuse and sometimes irritate me. Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. I do think a lot of it is like both are very autistic moments of like constantly joking because that's how they've learned to socialize and connect with other people. And so recognizing when it's like River, recognizing when it's not the time to do that anymore is harder because of social cues. And then there's the other autistic spectrum of taking things seriously because you don't realize it's a joke. It's like the two, it's both happen sometimes in the same person. But yeah, it can be hard for both people that are very unaware of what's going on to then try and work with each other. Especially if they're not aware. Both parties aren't aware of what's going on. How long have you and River been together? That's a great question. Math?
I think it's been like a couple of weeks.
Oh my god. Anyway, it was winter of our junior year. So if so, then I graduated to 2013. So it would have been December of 2011, January of 2012. is when we got together. We never actually agreed on a date, so it's complicated. But about there. So what's that math, chat? Help.
I don't know. What the fuck is a junior year?
I told you the years. I said December of 2011, January 2012. Is how long we've been together.
Oh, I thought
11 or 12 years.
The junior year part. So.
Wait, oh yeah, so wait, 13, 14, so 13 years? So just over 13 years-ish?
How are there multiple answers here?
I don't know, chat. Chat's the one giving me multiple answers.
Chat.
Oh, I heard cat, sorry. Discord did you dirty there. Sorry. 13 years? Okay. And that's not including the time where we dated for a very small amount of time and then broke up soon after. That one doesn't count. That's not added on. Long enough to kind of not care how long it was. I mean, it's also because we never had a date. Because I thought it was when we agreed to start dating. And River's like, no, it's when I got back to school. And even though we verbally agreed we will start dating once I get back to school, January. I'm like, well, that's silly because we agreed. So we're already kind of, what's the difference? So like we kind of were in a disagreement for what was considered our date for a long time.
Hang on.
What?
The wording here matters. If the wording was we will start dating, then you haven't yet. That's what will means.
That's why you're on Rivers.
I'm sorry, but River's correct. I will very rarely admit this. You know how hard I try to avoid it.
I also think it's partly how hard I try to avoid it. I think it was partly also River not wanting to admit we were dating before that, more so. Even though we were acting entirely the same as once we started dating. So I just, it's just the label. So anyway, we never agreed on a day because neither of us remember the day school started. Admit. And then, so now our anniversary is our wedding because that's just so much easier to remember at this point. I'm going to do extension. So it's a little bit more aggressive water. No, there needs to be an agreed date. Otherwise, I'd be so screwed because I have no idea which day start any of my relationships. That's what I'm saying, though. Me and River, that's why we never really kept track because we never really agreed on a day. And it did fuck us up, so we never had a day to celebrate or anything. We never celebrated an anniversary or anything because there wasn't really one.
Into Christmas.
Yeah, I know, right? But at that point, we just were like, okay, well, our wedding. So, fuck it. Because also, like, 2 different anniversaries gets confusing. That's also why me and Shy Guy, when we got married on the same day. That was our anniversary of dating because we didn't want to remember 2 different dates. So, too much work, chat. I have a hard enough time remembering birthdays, okay? Since I graduated from college in 2013. Yeah. That's fair. It was 2012 to... 2011 to 2012. Yeah. So December 2011, January 2012 is like the 2 we were arguing on. It was a really weird, not healthy start to our relationship in the first place of how we handled getting back together. So like it's understandable how it's hazy and awkward and not ever confirmed, but I have a similar thing with one of my partners. We met in August of 2023 and we're basically dating without saying we were, but he had to spend the month talking my traumatized ass into dating. Aw. I mean, at the same time though, that's more valid, I feel like, than me and River's little argument. That's more of like, adults handling stuff, and trauma is a much more delicate situation. Closer to 13 years? Okay. Anniversaries are a nightmare for me because I'm like, was it our first date or like the first hookup or the first time we texted or like a serious date? That's fair. I mean, sometimes it's more clear and obvious. When you're like, okay, do you want a date? Yes. Okay, cool. And that's when you do. That's when you start the day. But when you do dating, like dating apps and stuff, I have no fucking idea because I've never done those. So I don't know how you would handle, like, I've never been on a date before dating someone. Does that make sense? So I have no concept of how that works. Well, now that the marriage license is on the floor, you don't ever forget the date. I mean, well, it's also because it's Halloween, so it's really easy to remember our wedding day. But it is still there because I still have to go to the Social Security office because I was on the phone with them for 2.5 hours and nothing. So I say them on hold. I never got a person. So, yeah. They did warn me at the beginning of the phone call, the wait time is estimated to be over 180 minutes. And I was like, what? But I was dealing with the Twitch stuff and archiving and highlighting, so I was like, fuck it. I'll just have them on hold while I do that. Never got someone after 2.5 hours. So I'm going to have to actually go in, I guess, and wait there physically. Great. So I'll have to figure out a time to do that because that could also take hours. I could also wait and call in the early morning, but I feel like waiting on call that way when I could just go and wait in person for the same amount of time, whatever, fine. Let's just do it. Because I'm just trying to get an appointment anyway. So, ugh. With my second partner, it's even hazier. We were basically friends with benefits for 10 months before we decided we were boyfriends. Yeah. Yep. That'll make it weird. Well, that's the thing with me and River. We were kind of like already acting like we were dating, or like, like I said, it didn't really change once we like officially had a label on it. So that's why it was kind of weird and hazy. But also because college makes just shit blur. And also it was when River's intestines exploded. So time was kind of wibbly wobbly as it was. So yeah.
How does that affect time?
Trauma.
Oh.
I was the only one helping River through the whole experience. Ah, nice. Exploded? I'm learning so much lore. Yeah. River almost died in our junior year. They had, it's like your appendix exploding. River had Meckel's diverticulum rupture. And so, yeah, this sounds horrifying. It was not fun. Not one bit. So what a Meckel's diverticulum is basically just, oh, that was, okay. Glitchy. It's like a bit hanging off, like an appendix, off your intestines. It's just a non-expected bit. And that ruptured, but they had to find that out. And also we went to school in the middle of fucking nowhere. So it took a doctor like hours to get there that could do the surgery on River. And so they didn't get started. Like we went to the ER, I think at like 2:30ish or like early afternoon. River didn't get surgery till like midnight. And then they sent me home finally because they're like, they won't be out for hours. I was like, okay. So, and I was the only one there because it was 2 days before Thanksgiving. So all of our friends had already gone home for Thanksgiving. So it was just me helping River. It was not fun. Would not recommend. Hi, Sapphire. Hello. That sounds nasty as hell. I've had my eardrums. Oh, God. Ruptured. Easily worse pain. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just not fun. It's definitely... Oh, there's the light. Definitely the worst pain River's ever felt. Is what they said. One more light. Which one? This one. We did it, chat! Hell yeah! Yay! Fyndir, we did it. High five. High five. High five. Your stick's so long. Woohoo! We did the subway and in a reasonable time. It's exactly 5 o'clock. Wow, we did it exactly on time. What a sentence. Spray 5, yeah. Yeah, punishment box. Well, yeah, I can be in punishment box while we just watch this finish up. But yeah, so, oh my God. So it's not the Heather's situation? I don't know what that is. Are we power washing? We are, but we actually are just done, just finished. Where's Fyndir's outfit from? Halloween, right? Is what we were saying? Yeah. Halloween 2024 is what mine says. So this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the festive one from last year, and then the summer one, Halloween one, and then the festive one from this year for winter. So, hell yeah. We did it! Ruptured ovarian cyst, do not recommend? Yeah, probably similar feeling, except sometimes I think it's, isn't it weirdly normal for cysts to randomly, like, if they're not big, to be a thing for women on ovaries? Wild. But yeah, this was something that, like, River needed emergency surgery, because, yeah, intestine's not good.
I'm surprised
We did it.
took so long to get a doctor. Does your school not have a medical program, or?
My school? No. It's a liberal arts school. Medical programs are usually at medical schools. It wouldn't be mixed up with a lot of other stuff. And we were 2.5 hours away from a major city. So.
And there were no vets?
No vets! Not to do intestine surgery on a human. This year? This last winter. Sorry. So 2024 is probably. We did it. All right, chat. So whenever we do campaign next, it is now clean the fortune teller's wagon, which seems really quick at least. So that's nice.
I win.
You win. You pushed me off. I wasn't even playing. I was in the menu. We have done all of these, chat. Oh my God. We just have the fortune teller, and then we'll probably unlock some more because we're not done, but we are getting there. It's this little bar right here. So, hell yeah. But we also still have the Alice in Wonderland DLC to do at some point. So, thank you, Fyndir, for joining me.
Of course.
Where'd you go?
It occurred to me that I didn't know if we ever found a gnome down here.
That's a good point. Is he hiding in the planks or up the stairs?
I've checked those and I didn't see him, so.
Is the gnome not here? And there's apparently bonus drops. Do you have a bachelor's? Do you have a BA? How about stop being poor? Not possible.
I don't see him.
What do you think's a vet skill tech? Those art students don't need doctors. Psh, how absurd. Well, it was a liberal arts, so yeah, I got my studio art degree, but it was like a lot of different things. Like I think physics? Is that the word I'm thinking? Physics degree? I feel like physics is not the word I want to use.
I don't know.
Math. Heavy in math. Is it physics? Maybe it is physics.
Physics has maths, yeah.
Okay. Physics degree was notoriously hard. The OChem degree was the hardest, is what I think was like agreed upon. I don't really know what people went to our school for, if there was like one particular one that's like well regarded, or if it's just liberal arts, you get a well-rounded experience instead of a hyper focus in one thing. So might have been physics. River was in that, if it was physics. I think it is physics. It's sounding more right as I say it. River was in physics, but yeah, it gets really hard. Like River only had 2 classes left and then was like, no, I can't. And switched to geology and did a geology degree. And I was studio art with a minor in communications, media, and rhetoric. Have I used that degree for anything? No. Did anyone want me with that degree? No, not without experience. Not until I had 3 years at fucking doing graphic design somewhere. Which that place Genuinely, I could have not had a degree and they probably still would have hired me, to be honest. So. Hell yeah. So, let's quit out here.
Wait.
Yeah?
We have a clue on the gnome. I'm trying to see if I can...
Oh. High up on the inside of the turn in the tunnel, left of the stairs leading outside. Wait, oh. I think I see him. Hold on, ladder. Yeah. He's up on top of the pipe. On the left.
Well, that's
But
what
it's
I'm trying to look
really
at, but I
hard.
don't think I see him.
Yeah. Oh, no, the ladder is worse. He's like sticking out weird. Do you guys see him? I can't zoom in. He's right there. I see his pointy little hat. Right there. In between those boards. Pointy little hat. Sticking out. Fyndir, come back here, maybe. Nope.
He disappears when I get too close. If I take a few steps back, he appears. If I take a step forward, he's gone.
That's why you had no idea.
Seriously, come here. If you get right up and look at that spot and then step back, he starts appearing.
Oh my god, he does just flicker in and out of existence. Oh my god.
For fuck's sake.
Amazing. Yeah.
No wonder he's so hard to find.
He has teleportation powers or invisibility powers. Either one, we don't know. Oh my god.
Bullshit.
Night Pasta, take care. You get all the rest. I understand not sleeping well. You get all the rest. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and have a lovely night. Also, I'm done with Punishment Box and we're going to quit out now. Now that we found the elusive gnome. Hey, shenanigans. Seriously though.